Initials JW from DC, Washington, DC, United States.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Why is the month of Ramadan not considered one of the 4 holy months? As the same provisions recognized in the 4 months also are the same provisions recognized in the 4 months also recognized in Ramadan.
Type question from Washington, D.C. Why isn't the month of Ramadan from the 4 sacred months in Islam? We say Allah knows best. That's what Allah had decreed, subhanahu wa ta'ala. The connection of the lunar months in Islam and the lunar months before Islam. Everybody understand this? What the pagans did of changing some of the months and switching the timetable. As the Prophet ﷺ clearly said, the day of Fath, that the time was what, now what? Put back in a normal state. And Allah, He speaks about this in Surah Tawbah, the 9th chapter. How they make certain months sacred and they make others lawful to fight therein. So why wasn't the month of Ramadan made into a sacred month? Allah surely knows best. Whether it was because of the order before Islam and Jahiliyyah or other wisdoms, I don't necessarily know. What Allah Azza wa Jal made, decreed, and legislated is based off of ultimate wisdom. The month of Ramadan is separate. It's unique. So just look at it like that. If you put it a part of the holy months, then from one aspect, it loses some of its uniqueness because it's with another group. You have a group, 4 artists, and you have what? 1 artist. Everybody understand this? The person who's by himself is going to be more what? It's going to be more, everybody understand this? Wallahu alam. With regards to sacred things, then of course Ramadan, even if it isn't from the Ashhur al-Hurum, with regards to fighting in Allah's cause, that jihad fi sabilillah, it doesn't mean that Ramadan isn't sacred, because it is sacred. And what's meant by it being sacred is that any act of disobedience that you normally commit and perform shouldn't be done in Ramadan. In or outside of Ramadan, but especially what? In Ramadan. Secondly is, some of the people of knowledge, they say that if a person broke his or her fast for a lawful reason, a specific reason, such as traveling, and you got back home before the sunset, you went to another state, and you came back to New York City before the sunset. The Muslims in New York are still fasting. Some of them, they say, even though you broke your fast and you came back to New York, some of them, they say to refrain from eating and drinking to the end of the day. Or sickness, or anything like this, even menstruation. A woman receives, or she becomes pure for her menstruation before the sun sets for hours. She becomes pure. She has to make up that day. They say, some of the ulama, not all of them, they say that she should still refrain from eating and drinking until sunset. Why? Because of the respect and the sacredness of what? The month of Ramadan. Everybody understand this? So that's in general. So from one aspect, Ramadan is a sacred month. But it isn't like those other 4 months in which there are specific rulings pertaining to warfare. That's different. Wallahu alam.